Welcome to the Mommy Therapist. They're ready for you.
I'm Christy.
And I'm Sasha.
We are moms who are also therapists to moms.
And we are passionate about supporting all moms through motherhood transitions, challenges, and beyond.
And we're so happy that you're here today. This is episode 18.
Thank you for listening to our last episode where we talked about struggling with multitasking and co-regulating with our kids.
That was really fun to talk about.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And
my mother-in-law, she lives with us. She said she listened to it twice.
Oh, wow.
She said that the co-regulating with P stuff was so eye-opening and interesting to her because she helps parent my children, right?
Yes,
especially during the summer, we're going to be leaning on her for some childcare. And she was like, I love this. Now I have some tools.
That's
right?
so fun. Speaking of summer, I spent about an hour with my kids today talking about what do you guys want to do for the summer? What is your daily schedule going to look like? Because two of my girls are going to be watching the kids,
the smaller
while I'm working.
Ones.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I was like, what do you guys want to do? How do you guys want to work this out? And it was so much fun. Actually, Pete wrote out the entire schedule.
Yay.
Yeah. So I taught them a skill. It was fun. Yeah.
And now you guys know what summer means. What summer's going to look like.
We have actually some very fun things, which is mostly camping. They just want to go camping.
Spend time outside.
That's all they want to do.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
So it's fun.
Yeah. Hey, Sasha, we have someone in the studio today.
What? We do?
Yes. Our dear coworker, colleague, and amazing mommy therapist. Her name is Savannah. Savannah, say hi.
Hi. So happy to be here.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Savannah. I work with these two lovely ladies, and I'm an LCSW, which is just a licensed social worker. I've been a therapist for 7 years now, which is crazy. And I've been licensed for a few of those years. And then I'm also a PMHC, which is, being specified in perinatal mental health, which I love as well. And I'm here because I'm passionate, just like you guys, about moms and their mental health. And I'm a mom as well.
Yes. And tell us, what do you do outside of motherhood? What are you passionate about?
Oh, it's really fun to just rebuild your identity in some ways. I think sometimes it feels overwhelming as a mom, but it's kind of been fun. I have been trying to bake, brought in some sourdough today.
You guys,
that was
it's
fun.
It smells so good.
And
I wish you all could smell it.
Yes. So good. And I like hiking. I've been really into my garden the last few years, which feels like such a mom thing,
Such a mom
it's
like
thing.
A chapter.
I love it.
It's a season of once you start gardening, that means something.
Totally. Yes. And I do yoga as well as kind of a hobby out of work, and I do it inside of work.
You do both. I love that.
Yeah, you were specially certified in yoga.
Yeah. I have my kind of 200 regular hours of yoga, and then I'm trauma informed, and I'm also perinatal certified as well.
Which is what she's going to talk to us about today.
So much fun.
Yes.
I've been working with Savannah for 7 years. Yeah. You've been working with me, and it's been wonderful. And you've been doing mindfulness and yoga for us, the entire time? Or did we?
Yeah.
It was really cool. So
that's something that's special about the group that we run at our clinic is that Savannah, we always have a mindfulness and yoga day that Savannah leads, about 45 minutes of that with our moms. And I love working with you on those days.
Oh,
I'm so lucky enough to be able to, so I get to benefit from it because I'm not a yoga girl. I'm just not, but I have found an appreciation for it just by being around you.
Oh,
being
I love
taught by
that.
you.
That's my whole goal, so I love that.
I've learned a lot from you, actually, from just things I do in between sessions to try to calm myself down, putting my legs up on the wall.
Oh, yes. I love
you
it, girl.
taught me that. Yes, so I do that if I need to regulate myself, right? So it's great.
Well, before we jump into the interview, let's go into our check-ins.
Oh, yes.
Sasha, you want to start?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about it. Okay, so mentally, honestly, I'm thinking about just getting home and hanging out with my family this weekend. It'd be good. I don't think we have many, big plans this weekend, which is kind of nice. So we're just going to chill and hang out, I guess. So
kind of fits the rainy weather vibe we have going on, right?
What
It
is
feels like
going-
a do nothing but bake.
it is almost June. Why are we still rain? I don't
No,
I don't get our
I'm
weather.
happy about it.
I do not understand.
I would rather have like a few hot days and then a couple rainy days versus just
I guess
all
that's
hot.
true. But that doesn't make for good camping weather.
No.
So that's been rough.
But it's free water for your garden.
There you go.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Notice that as well. Emotionally, I guess I'm just can I just say happy? Like, is that like
Yes.
too vague? Like,
No.
I just feel happy today. It's been a good morning, and I've had fun with my kids and my husband, and I don't feel like I need anything else. Physically, I feel well rested, and like I don't have things. I don't have things.
Why are you like upset that you don't have all these things to report?
I don't know. I have no bad things to report this week. Whereas last week I was like off, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Socially had so much fun with my girls last night. My girls, we had a girls' night out last night. It was great.
fun.
We
Had
did.
so much fun.
It was very therapeutic too.
It was.
I'll talk about that too.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And then I got home early enough that I got to like hang out with Derek and just snuggle and relax, and it was great. Self-care, self-compassion. Can I say this?
Yes.
Like doing the podcast?
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's what it feels like for me right now. I'm also planning to virtually watch a movie with my best friend when I'm done with this. So, and fold laundry. So, you know, we're going to fold laundry and watch a movie together.
That's a great plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so mentally, I am thinking about the challenges of co-parenting. So my daughter has been having difficulties sleeping, and her doctor wanted us to check out her breathing with an ENT to see if maybe her adenoids were too big or if there's something going on in her tonsils, something like that. So we had that appointment yesterday, which is always a little bit, you know, nerve-wracking to be there, hearing a doctor say, hey, your daughter might need surgery. But my co-parents and I are on kind of different pages about it. And it was just, it was hard. It was hard to manage. And like, how do you talk about those things and manage your children's needs while also holding boundaries and all of those things? So that's just kind of been on my brain.
But I was really proud of you for being vulnerable last night and sharing that with us, and just
Yeah, emotionally, I'm feeling a little tender because it was a lot for me to process. And when we went out last night, we got some food and drinks, and I did kind of open up about how difficult that was. And so it was really cathartic, but now I'm kind of drained. You know how that happens? When it's like accessing and letting some of that out.
Can I say I had to fight Derek off for my leftovers from last night? Just saying, this morning. Like, I had it for breakfast, and I was fighting him. Like, I had to keep taking it away from him. He was not allowed.
Oh, that's the tax for me going out is my leftovers go to Zachary when I come home. I'm like, here's your piece of pizza. And he was like, thanks.
I was like, you can taste it. But no, that's my breakfast.
For those of you in Utah, we went to Slackwater.
So good.
Which is, they have amazing like flatbread pizzas and craft beers and all sorts of stuff. It's really yummy. Physically, I'm just a little bit tired and drained because we had so much fun last night and just like the emotional stuff. But that, and socially, that kind of all goes along with it. But with self-care this morning, because it was raining, I decided I left my watch and my phone in my room, and I came down and I made myself a hot coffee, which I've been cutting back on coffee, which has been nice. And I took it out with a blanket and I sat on the porch for like maybe 45 minutes, and I just slowly drank my coffee.
Girl, I'm jealous.
And listened to the rain
That
and
sounds
listened
so
to the
nice.
birds, and I saw a hummingbird come to our feeder, and I was just like, it was so peaceful, and it just really started off my day well. So I feel like that was really helpful. That was my self-care.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Savannah, do you want to check in with us?
Yes, of course. Okay, mentally, I feel like I've been my brain's been all over the place, but I think like one thing I've been really thinking about is summer transition, because this was our last week of preschool, and now we're transitioning, and I'm just trying to prepare because I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So just like mentally trying to prepare for being on all day with them and kind of trying to plan some things, but not overdo it. I think that's what I'm trying to figure out is not pushing myself too hard to be like, we're going to do full on homeschool this summer and all of these things. Cause I do kind of feel that pressure a little bit. And it's also something I want to do. I want to do like some fun learning things for my kids, but also where's the line of like, let's take it easy as well. Right. Yeah. So that's kind of about what's been on my mind.
Yeah.
Emotionally today, I would say there was some anxiety in the morning, but I feel like I'm feeling a little more self-compassionate today, like later in the day. I kind of took care of myself and now I'm feeling a lot better and I'm just happy to be here. I really am, just to hang out with you guys on a Saturday is so great. And then physically, I feel like I don't know if this happens to you guys, but tripped down the stairs on a toy this week
all the time.
So my back is a little jacked up, but other than that, I'm feeling good physically. I got some good sleep last night, but I feel like that's me as a mom, is just there's toys everywhere, so it happens pretty regularly that I have those trips and falls and bumps and bruises.
Yes, those hazards of children, they are hazards in more than one way.
I'm just clumsy, period. I fell getting out of a boat when I was on vacation, so no worries. Yeah.
It's such a downer too when you're like, I was just trying to take the laundry downstairs. You know, you're like, I'm just trying to do my job, you know?
I always tell people, I'm going up and down the stairs for a clumsy person is scary enough, but if you're carrying something, it's even
next level.
Oh gosh, it's terrifying. Yeah.
And then self-care.
Socially.
Well, this is my social today for sure that I've been looking forward to for like a month. I texted you guys like a million times, like, when can we do it? I'm so excited to just chat with you guys. Like, it doesn't even have to be on the podcast. Can we just chat? You know? So this will be my social. And then self-care. I'm trying to think. I did kind of take care of myself a little, take things slow this morning, which felt like some self-care. And then I don't have anything planned, so that's telling me I need to maybe think of something for tomorrow or for the rest of the weekend. So I'll kind of mull that over.
You gotta take care of yourself.
I know, I do.
Especially with two littles.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got littles. Like, yeah. How old are your kids? Did we talk about that?
I have an almost 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, both boys. So we're physical. We're going all day. Getting those 10,000 steps pretty easy, you know.
Yeah, seriously. Do you guys have like a backyard or a park nearby where you can just like run and play and be like, go get wet and dirty?
Yeah, we have a great little backyard that's been so fun.
Backyards are a game changer.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't realize that.
It's so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, when I had my townhouse, we just had like a little patch. I was like, this is not enough.
Not doing it.
But when I got the townhouse, I was like, we go to the park so much. We go to swim lessons. We go to all these things. And this was in 2019, friends. Yeah. So, and I was like, we're going to have a pool. We're going to have all these things. And then 2020 happened and everything shut down. And I was like, well, now we're just trapped inside. Yeah. So...
Yep.
Backyards are the best for boys.
Yes.
For girls too. I mean, we have our inflatable pool that we do.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
It's just constantly filled up and they will put their swimsuits on almost every day and go out and just play in the pool, and I have to shut it down because they're screaming. But
yeah, I guess it's not just a boy thing.
It's not.
My daughter's outside doing cartwheels all day long.
There you go.
I love that.
Just
love that.
Let them be busy, right?
Busy
it's
is
good for them. Yeah.
Totally.
As long as you can take it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for our education round, obviously we are interviewing Savannah. So I'm going to, Sasha, go for it.
I'm so excited. Okay. So I want to know why you decided to work with mindfulness and yoga, and more specifically with moms and that category.
Yeah. Okay. So my journey with yoga has just been, I did it on and off actually growing up with my mom. And so it was always kind of in my life. And then as I became an adult, I just realized how much it just helped me. Like, I thought it was more of like a physical workout sort of thing. And then I was realizing how much it was helping me, like in school and in my relationships, just having like a moment to ground. So it's just always been a part of me. And then when I was in actually my master's for social work, one of my classmates said to me, hey, did you know you can get your yoga certification through school and it's like paid through tuition? And I was like, whoa, because I always kind of thought it would be cool to get like certified or just like learn more, but it's like thousands of dollars to get yoga certified. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is my chance. So I added it on with my master's, which was a little stressful, but it was honestly like the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
Because I could kind of see the parallels of how I could use it with all my mental health education. And I actually got an emphasis in women's health when I got my master's. So I've always just been passionate about women's health and women's mental health. And then I met Ashley, who is my boss, and she runs kind of the perinatal mental health agency that she has. And so I jumped right in, and she said, use it for moms. And I wasn't a mom yet, but I jumped in.
We're not a mom yet. I remember.
I know I wasn't even a mom yet. I know, but I jumped in and I was like, wait a second. No one's advocating for these moms. What's going on? Like, being a mom is so hard, you know, because I just wasn't in that world yet.
Yeah.
And so I just fell in love with advocating for moms and just seeing how they're not treated well by doctors, by other mental health therapists, or even just like how we are socially and out in the world. I just feel like it's like this taboo thing. You don't even talk about postpartum. And so I just I started to learn so much about it.
Yeah.
And then I was prepared. And then when I became a mom, it's like it fits so perfectly into just who I am as a person, not just as a, you know, as in my career.
Mental health professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching your journey in becoming a mom and taking a break from yoga and how you were super pregnant and could not continue.
That's when I met Savannah. When I started working at our clinic, you were like pregnant. And you just like randomly said it one day in group. You were like, sorry, I'm adjusting because my belly's getting bigger. And everyone was like, what? And you were like, oh yeah, do you guys not know I'm pregnant? And we were like, oh. And I didn't realize it was your first until like after you left and came back. I was like, oh, that was her first baby.
Yeah, big moment.
Yeah, so I guess I've always known you as a mom because you were growing a baby when I met you.
Yes, I love that.
Yes, R and S. I love both of their names so very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so why are motherhood and the postpartum period such vulnerable times for our nervous system dysregulation?
Yes, I love this question. So I think one thing to think about is think about how much your body just like takes on from your environment, from the people around you, from the things you experience. And something that's just so unique about the postpartum is all of like kind of the harder, vulnerable things that can happen to your nervous system are happening kind of all at the same time. So one big thing is obviously the massive hormonal shift that happens.
Right.
And that's going to just kind of mess up your nervous system anyway, how you regulate and just kind of how your body feels in general. Sleep disruptions is kind of the biggest thing for our nervous system. So, I think that's enough said because I'm like, especially when you become a mom, I mean, even
pregnancy,
I was going to say a lot of women pregnancy. And so it's like years of dysregulated sleep. So that's going to really mess with your nervous system. It's also, I won't go too much into this, but something I love is there's a lot of research about just how much your brain changes chemically when you become pregnant and then postpartum. So as those changes are happening, that's just going to kind of change those kind of connections in the nervous system. So I think if you guys are interested, like any viewers, like just learn more about it. It's kind of interesting how that happens and just what goes on with our DNA and our connection to our babies and our chemicals in our brain is kind of cool to learn about.
Yeah. We talked a lot about matrescence recently, which was, which is very, I'm learning a lot more about that even now, right?
Yeah. So like all these different parts of your body are going through, you know, a lot. Yeah. And then there's kind of these changes in your responsibility, right? Like you have to be on kind of all the time. And I think especially as moms, we feel that onness, I guess you could say, even when we're not with our kids or even when we're working or when we're away. And so I just think that also changes what's going on in our nervous systems. And I think our bodies often kind of translate that as a threat, right? We kind of go into our primitive nervous system. We're trying to deplete any threats going on around us. We're trying to just figure things out and prevent as much as we can. So that's another thing. And then I would say also like a lot of prior stress, a lot of prior trauma comes up when we become moms. I think like our relationship with our parents, we're like, wait a second, I don't know about this. Or a lot of times just because your body is changing, it can activate like memories or experiences from our past that can be trauma related or even just stress related. And I think too, our kind of ways of coping, maybe one of the ways we coped when we were like teenagers or children that were maybe not our healthiest ways, a lot of those ways of coping can kind of come up again, right?
Yep.
And so I think that's another thing that just kind of messes up that nervous system. I also think what's interesting is like our social support, our environment changes where sometimes there's a big influx and then it's pulled away. And that's going to mess up your nervous system, right? To feel like I have this safety net and then to have that taken away. Or for some women, they don't have it at all, right? And so that can be really scary during that time. But yeah, so those are, I know that was kind of a lot, but those, I just wanted to show that's why the nervous system gets all messed up, right? Is because of all of those factors.
Yeah.
And obviously, like we talk about in therapy a lot, protective factors that can help with that. But even with like all the protective factors, all the support, there's some things that we just still can't.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, we can't change. And so our nervous system is going to be messed up whether we have all the support in the world and all the things set up or not, right?
Girl, that's a big question. So I appreciate all of that because it's like, it's something that we all, like a lot of our clients tend to be like, I don't, like my life is great. Why am I so messed up?
Mm-hmm.
And
why am I agitated? Why do I hate this?
Yeah.
Why is this so hard when I have everything I want and I have a great life and I have support? And it's like, oh, because on a biological level, everything's different.
Everything's messed up.
Right? I related so much when you were talking about that being on call, being needed.
Yeah.
Like once you have a baby and you're like, I'm responsible for taking care of this child, it's like your brain never turns off of, are they breathing? Are they okay? Where are they? Have they eaten? Have they sleep? Is there anything that we need to be doing right now? Who are they with? Am I with them? Am I holding them? Are they okay? Are they breathing? Like all of those things. And even like when they're not with us, of where are they? Like even now, my kids are 11, 7, and almost 4. Mm-hmm. And I have a spreadsheet for the summer of where every child is at like every weekday because of needing to coordinate childcare, but also because my brain is like went into a panic of, are my kids going to be safe and taken care of? And it's just, it never ends, right?
Mm-hmm. I know. I like that.
So talking about how stress shows up for moms, I'm wondering what are some common misconceptions about the power of mindfulness in yoga for moms in that space?
Yes. So I think the biggest thing I see is moms think it's very woo-woo, right? Like let me get my crystals, or I don't know what they're thinking, but it's a very like woo-woo. I'm not into that sort of thing. Mm-hmm.
Or like it's just exercise, kind of like how you mentioned of like I don't really want to exercise today.
Stretching is what I hear. Oh, it's just stretching, or I can't do it because I have my baby with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's so many reasons not to do it, but I think what I love about the mindfulness piece of it is it's honestly creating coping skills and grounding skills that are just perfectly made for you, because all mindfulness is trying to bring your body to the present and regulate, right? So that's what I love about mindfulness is I feel like it's more like personalized than just like, here, let me grab this kind of skill from whatever theory I'm working on and just do it, right? It feels more like, let's use that, but also can we do this, right? And it kind of builds on it, on other skills. But I also think people think, oh, well, I have to like sit down and meditate for an hour. But really doing like just 1 minute of a breathing technique or 1 minute of just trying to be present can do so much good for just our day, right? And so I think that's what I'm really passionate about. And then in the postpartum with yoga, what I really focus on is so many women are disconnected from their bodies. I think probably every mom you talk to would say, right? Like whether it's the breastfeeding or just the weight changes or the giving of your body every single day, which is maybe something you didn't do before. So what I love about yoga is it's just a self-compassion kind of practice to just take a moment to connect with your body, right? Yeah. I mean, I know early on with my first, I would be like, oh my gosh, it's 2:00 and I don't know if I've like had any water, right? Like we're not connecting to even like the signals in our brain for like, you need to drink water to live, right? Like we're not even on that because we are in survival mode and we're trying to help our kids. And so once you get to a place where maybe you have time or interest. That's what I love about yoga in the postpartum, is it's not about putting your body in this perfect shape or being able to fold all the way and touch your toes. It's just more about how can I connect with my body in a positive way, because a lot of times we're not in the postpartum.
For sure. You know, and we've been talking a lot about co-regulating with our kids lately.
Mm-hmm.
How does mindfulness, especially the way that you practice it, how does that help us co-regulate with our kids?
So the biggest thing, the way I use mindfulness for moms is kind of just little check-ins, right? To kind of bring down whatever emotion you're feeling. Come to the present instead of living in the anxiety or living in the anger or living in the sadness or wherever we are, but to kind of come back to the present. And I think that's just so powerful with our kids, to have them watch us do that. And I think that helps us co-regulate with our kids, right?
Oh, I like that.
Right. And a lot of times with my kids, because they're little, I verbalize it, right? Like, mommy's brain is not here right now. I need to take a minute and come back to us, right? Or mommy's really upset, and so I need to take a few deep breaths, right? Or whatever thing I'm doing. Or I just need to check in with myself. Oh, mommy's so thirsty, right? And I think those moments show our kids, like, not only does mom prioritize herself, you know, sometimes, because
Right.
it's hard to do it, right? But also, like, it's teaching our kids as we're going. And I think that's a great way to kind of co-regulate.
Yeah.
But it's also really fun because you can include your kids. And I think kids are a great way to get in the present, right? Like, if you've ever just really tried to focus on, I'm not going to do anything else for the next 10 minutes and just be in their world, that's even a great skill to just come back to the present, be in yourself, be in your life, because it's really easy. As a mom, you guys talked about the multitasking. We have to. Like, I just don't know if it's possible. If you're a mom who doesn't multitask, I would love to know how you like function, because I'm like, I'm barely like functioning and we are multitasking a lot, right?
Or we
like,
just let things go and say whatever.
Yeah, but it's like, even like, right, like, I have to be, you know, I just got to go switch the laundry, but I'm also doing this other thing, right?
But there's sourdough in the kitchen, and by
There's
the way,
just things all
and we
all
have
over.
someone delivering something in an hour.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I think it's good to just slow down. And so being with your kids, and it's not, again, it doesn't have to be for an hour, like even for 10 minutes. I also think the other kind of misconception is people are thinking like this Zen experience where you're, again, doing it for a long period, or you're doing like a guided meditation, or you're laying on your yoga mat and you're very calm. But really what mindfulness is just bringing your brain back to the present as often as you can. So especially for moms, I think a lot of things we struggle with is you, Christy, I feel like you perfectly described the inner dialogue of all the things going on in our brain, right? And so to be able to just say, okay, I do have all of those things on my brain, but like come back to the present, that's an act of mindfulness. It's not about being perfectly in the present all the time. What mindfulness is just coming back, right? So I think that's kind of the misconception, is that like with mindfulness, you've made it somehow. Like, I'm just totally present and I'm just like not thinking about anything else. No, it's just about coming back as much as you can.
Why do you think it's so important for us to be in the present?
I think especially as moms is I think we can miss a lot of the things that are important to us if we're not present. Like, I think if we think back on being a mom, I don't know if we're really going to be thinking back like, I'm just so glad I was just on top of the laundry 24/7, right? I think we're going to think back and we're going to be like remembering those moments with our kids. And so I think whatever is your priority or the things that you value, I think when we're not present, we just aren't connecting with those things that are important to us, right?
Yeah. I feel like we talk about that a lot of like, we need to be present. I don't think we always talk about why being present is so helpful.
But also we have to be adults. Like I feel like it's a balance. You know,
sure.
We have to find some form of balance with this. Like this morning, P finally wanted to talk to me and tell me all of the stories about her friends. And I was like, okay, you want to hang out with me? I have a to-do list that I need to get done, but you want, you know, I have a 14-year-old. If she wants to talk to me, that's when I'm going to be able to talk to her, you know? So I stopped and I talked to her and I was like, okay, do you have any more stories you want to tell me? And she was like, I have one more. And I'm like, okay. And then when you're done with that one,
Mommy's got stuff
I have to get to my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but it's that like spontaneous moment of connection. So
Exactly.
maybe we're more present, we're more aware
We're
of
just
things
trying.
like that
Yeah.
really align with our values.
Yeah.
Something I think about a lot too at the present is just, I feel like anxiety anchors in like the future of all
Yeah.
the worries, all the things we have to do.
Right.
And if you're living in the past of your regrets and your grief and all of those, I feel like some of those things can really take you out of enjoying life, or like you said, recognizing what's going on in front of you, because in the present moment, there really
This is
usually
what's
aren't
happening.
the threats that maybe we're
Yeah.
thinking about, or there aren't those heavy things that we're carrying all the time if we can set them down and go, but what's in front of me right now?
Yeah.
So-
I think mindfulness is kind of a choice, right? It's not, I think especially for moms, it's never, at least for me, I'm like, I've been doing this for 10 years and it's never
Right.
like, oh, this is just like my natural state all the time, right? It's, I'm going to choose to talk to my kid, right? And that kind of thing. I also think mindfulness is, yes, it's a skill and it's a choice, but again, it's noticing, am I thinking about my past? Am I stuck in those headspaces? Or am I over planning for the future? Right. And I think that's just the first step, is understanding that about yourself, like being aware of how much time you're spending in both of those places, in the past and in the future. And then making a choice to say, okay, I think that was like an hour of like planning for my whole future. That was probably enough out of my day. Right.
Right, yeah.
Or noticing like, oh, I totally missed that thing that my kid said because I was thinking about this thing that happened in high school. You know, like
Right.
it happens, right? And so I think it's just noticing that. That's
Yeah.
really the first
That's
step to
fair.
help you be present, is noticing how much time we're spending in the past and in the future.
I love that.
Speaking of anxiety and depression and trauma,
I was going to ask that one.
yeah. How do you think yoga can support healing from postpartum anxiety and depression and trauma?
Oh yeah, I love this question. So if you want to like go more the scientific route, The Body Keeps the Score is like kind of the Bible
Great
for
book.
this kind of question, right? Where we are holding emotions, we're holding trauma in our bodies, right? And a lot of times we don't even know it's there, or sometimes we do, right? Like I always know when I'm stressed because my back hurts, right? Or my neck hurts, or my hands are clenched, or wherever we're holding that. But I think that's what is so cool, is that if we know that we can be holding those things, if we take a moment to kind of connect with our bodies, it can be a moment of release, right? So if we are noticing that a certain emotion is coming up a lot, say anxiety, and saying, I am only feeling it in my stomach, I get these bad stomach aches, that kind of thing. Yes, you can do kind of talk therapy or other therapies where you're processing it, but to kind of release it from your body, yoga can be a really cool way to do that. And what I love about yoga is, again, you could do really slow, gentle movement, but other people like more of the intensive stuff, and that can feel good too, right? I know a lot of people who go for a run and then they feel like they've really released a lot, right? So I think, yes, yoga is like obviously my passion and the thing I always promote, but moving your body or connecting with your body in any way that's positive is also really great.
It's wonderful. I love it. So Savannah is basically running the show today. She's going to give us our affirmation and our lightning round, but I want to start with our affirmation. She has this really great way of helping people come up with a word or a statement for the day that helps them just sort of move through their day in a more mindful place, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was hoping for. Are you
I'm up
prepared?
for it. I
Okay,
love this.
great.
Yeah. So this skill, I'll kind of preface it with, this skill is something I use a lot, and I used especially a lot early in both of my postpartum experiences, when you kind of feel that disconnect between how your body feels, your heart, your emotions, and your mind, right? And I think that happens a lot as a mom, right? Where
For
we're
sure.
just like, my body wants to sleep all day, but my brain is like, we could clean this whole house right now, right? Like those just are so different, right? And we just feel really disconnected, and then we kind of freeze, and we're like, I don't know what to do next, right? Like,
Girl,
should
that's
I go
how
lay
I broke my
down?
toe. I was cleaning my house late at night. I was tired, and I hit my toe on the counter. It's not even a good story. Like, it's awful. Yeah.
No, but I just think it right? We just like don't know what to do next. And then we're kind of I don't want to say lost, but maybe we're just kind of floating through the day and we're not feeling necessarily connected. So this skill is one that I use to help us connect those things. And it's a mindfulness activity for like a check-in for yourself. So I'll go ahead and do it. And you can do this as slowly as you want, like take as much time. Like if, as I'm going through this, if you're listening on the podcast, you can like pause it whenever you need to kind of keep thinking or whatever you need to do. Or you can kind of pare it down and do it as kind of quickly as you want. Like as I sometimes do it like super fast where I just check in really quick, head, heart, and body. But that's what I call this. I call it the head, heart, and body skill. This is not one. I mean, maybe it's like out there. I kind of came up with it on my own. I actually did a really cool experiential therapy through dance. And this was kind of part of what she did, but it wasn't the full thing. I kind of took my therapy stuff and made it a little more structured. So are you guys ready to jump in? Will you guys do it with me?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I'm so happy.
Are we going to share?
This is one of my favorite ones that you.
I know, it is my favorite.
So she teaches this in group, and then I used it when I was teaching another group as well. So I love this. I'm so happy.
I'm excited.
Yes, and this is for anyone. You don't just have to be a mom, but I do think we all, as moms, feel that disconnect. So what you're going to do is take a few deep breaths, relax wherever you are. You can close your eyes if you can in this moment. And then what you're going to do, if it feels comfortable, you can kind of interlace your fingers and put your hands on top of your head with those elbows out. Or some people like to kind of put their hands just on their cheeks if that feels good. But we're just kind of connecting with our head right now. You're going to take a few long, deep breaths. And I want you to come up with a word that best describes how your brain feels right now. I know that might sound kind of weird to even think about, but it may be a quality like foggy or tired, or it might be a really specific word, energized, or something that really describes how your brain or your mind is feeling right now. Take a few deep breaths and repeat that word in your mind over and over. All right. And again, if you need to pause and really think about that word, go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, you're going to put your hands over your heart and take a few deep breaths there. And I want you to come up with a word that best describes how your heart feels right now. Again, it could be an emotion, so you could be sad or happy or whatever emotion comes up with you. Or it could be the quality of how your heart feels. So does it feel tight or tired or painful? Whatever best describes how your heart feels. And take a few deep breaths as you repeat that word in your mind. Again, if you need to pause, go ahead and pause and come up with that word. But we're going to move on. Put your hands on your legs or in your lap and come up with a word that best describes how your body feels right now. Again, it could be something like disconnected or tired or pain, something like that, tightness. So just come up with a word that best describes how your body feels right now and repeat that word in your mind as you take a few deep breaths. All right, now we're going to almost start over. So go ahead and interlace those fingers and put your hands back on the top of your head or hands on your cheeks. And I want you to remember that word you came up with for your mind. If it's a good word, like you're like, oh, my brain is feeling so clear today, which if there's a mama out there with a clear mind, you go, girl. If you didn't come up with a word that you love, find a word that best describes how you want to feel, right? So if you came up with the word foggy for how your brain feels right now, find a word that best describes how you want your mind to feel. And it could just be a little more energized, but just one word or two words that best describe how you want your brain to feel. Repeat that word in your mind and take a few deep breaths. Again, pause if you need to. We'll go ahead and put our hands over our heart. Come up with that word that you first defined as how your heart feels. Again, if it's a good word, you're feeling happy today. I know Sasha said happy. So if that's how you're feeling, keep that, right? Keep that in your heart. If not, come up with a word that best describes how you want your heart to feel today, or what emotion you want to feel in this moment. And repeat that word in your mind as you take a few deep breaths. And then again, put your hands on your legs or in your lap. And I want you to come up with a word that best describes how you want your body to feel. So again, if you liked the word you came up with, it's feeling energized or strong today, go ahead and use that word. If not, find a word that best describes how you want your body to feel today. Repeat that word in your mind and just take a few deep breaths here. All right, and the last step to this is I want you to now think about those last 3 words you came up with. How you want your mind to feel, how you want your heart to feel, and how you want your body to feel. Repeat those 3 words in your mind, and this is where we're going to come up with our mantra or our focus. I want you to try and find a word that best connects all 3, that kind of brings those 3 words together, unifies them, connects them. And find that word and then repeat that word in your mind. It may take you a while. If it's hard to do it while you're sitting and just thinking, I often have people write them down so they can visually look at them. And sometimes that can make it easier to come up with the single word you want to focus on. And once you have your word, you can go ahead and take a deep breath and open your eyes. Now, the way you kind of use this skill is now you have that word, and this is a word you can focus on all day, or honestly, the best way to use it is say the word you came up with was energized, right? That's the word you want your head, heart, and body to kind of feel all connected. Try and do something small that gets you kind of living towards that word. So it could be something as simple as going to get your caffeine, because that's going to energize the body and the mind, right? Or it could be, I'm going to just lay down for a moment, right? Or I'm going to call a friend that always kind of pumps me up, right? And inspires me to like get through my day. So just finding like one small act. And that, again, is probably going to be kind of a mindfulness act, because it's something that has connected your heart, your mind, and your body. So that's my favorite skill to use as a mom. You can use it as simply as you want, but we often just don't acknowledge our emotions or how we're feeling throughout the day. And so that's why I love this, is it's just a good practice to start thinking about ourselves for just like a 2-minute check-in.
Yeah. I mean, that didn't take very long. That was beautiful.
Sasha, what were your words?
Oh, man. Okay. So I had peace for both mind and heart, and then body was loose.
Okay.
Which I don't know where that came from, but I just feel, I don't know, floppy. And then my main word, which I think is interesting because I don't know why this word came up with all of those words, was fun. Like I just have this intention for fun today. So that's just what I'm going to do. And I was trying to think of like, I'm probably going to have to think that through of like, how can I have fun with my girls? Well, we planned our K-pop Demon Hunters party today.
Fun.
So that is fun. Like, yeah. So that's like their end of school stuff that we're going to be planning. So maybe I will do some more research on what we need to purchase for that, and that'll be fun.
Yeah, I like that. My word for my brain is I want it to be clear, and I want my heart to feel confident, and I want my body to feel comfortable. And I was having a hard time pulling a word all together. Savannah, use your help. Whoa,
Yes.
I got one right at the very end, but I'm kind of wondering what you think. Like clear, confident, and comfortable.
I think the word that's coming to my mind is like empowered.
Empowered.
Oh,
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
The word that came at the very end was present.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Of like, oh, if your mind's clear, it's because we're not overwhelmed by anything, and confident, like just being where you're at and comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love it.
like
That's
that.
good. So what can I do to be present? I'm going to be here.
We're going to be here. We're doing this.
No,
It's great.
I'm going to enjoy some sourdough bread on the
Oh my
porch.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Girls,
After this is over.
I'm eating it on the way home. It's so good.
I'm curious, Savannah, what does mindfulness look like in your own motherhood? Like, how do you practice this?
Yeah. So the biggest thing, honestly, is like small check-ins throughout my day. Like when it was early on, I realized I needed to like set an alarm, and every hour, again, be like, have I had water? Like, am I taking care of myself in like really basic ways? Now that I'm maybe more of an established mom, those check-ins look a little bit differently, right? Those look like, do I need to connect with my husband? Do I need to tell a friend how I'm feeling, right? They're a little bit deeper. And I think that's what's cool is for moms, it starts out really basic and you can build up to maybe a deeper check-in. But I think that shows, right, over these last 4 years, I've kind of developed a deep relationship with myself, right?
Yeah.
And so I know a lot of moms are wanting that. So I hope they know it doesn't mean you have to go to like, you know, all these intensive therapies or other things. Like just start by checking in with yourself and connecting with yourself. That's going to go so far in building that identity and figuring out who you are as a mom, right?
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I love that too. I mean, sometimes we might not be able to do every hour, but
yeah,
you know, I think in the
even
beginning,
once a day, right?
I mean, in the beginning when you have a little, right?
Yeah,
we have, it's
and so this is another thing I've been doing recently as a mom, and this could probably be a whole like separate
we can do
podcast.
a whole other podcast.
But recently I've been working really hard on my relationship with my phone, because I realized how much that's taking me out of the present and making it hard for me to be mindful. There are very few things I do on my phone where I'm fully present, right? And so I think just checking in with yourself on that too. Right?
That's a good
How am I using it to cope? Do I feel like I have a healthy relationship with it? And that's what's great about mindfulness is I see it as like a tool to help me in my relationships with my phone, with myself, with others. And so I hope it can be a tool for others in that way too.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, let's move to our lightning round. This is where we get a tip on how to make motherhood feel lighter. Savannah, you've been a mom for 4 years. Go share a tip with us.
Okay, so this is like more of a practical, more of a therapist side of me, is in the moments when you've noticed like regularly feeling like anger in certain moments or overstimulated or overwhelmed, like you're like, oh, I know these moments, whether it's like we're trying to get out the door or when I'm changing a diaper or whatever it is. I always use the skill like the opposite, like do the opposite of what your brain wants you to do or what you want to do. And the two big ones I do is like turn to humor. So like
I like that.
in the changing the diaper, when you just want to like freak out because you're overstimulated and there's poop everywhere, whatever, is like turn to laughing, like trying to make the baby laugh and doing silly faces or tickling. Or my big one is whispering when I want to yell. That's a big one.
Oh, I like that.
Because your kids will kind of be like, what is going on? Right? It's kind of a shift in the ecosystem a little bit when you do that. And then I would say the biggest thing that has helped me with having 2 kids is I have a mantra of just accepting the chaos and like welcoming it. Because I feel like for so long I have fought against the chaos. I thought it meant I was a bad mom, that like the house was chaotic, my boys were chaotic, I'm chaotic. But really, that's just our phase of life, and I've just accepted it, and our house has been so much happier, and I've been so much happier because I say, yeah, I can do my workout when there are toys everywhere, instead of, well, the chaos has to be controlled before I can take care of myself or to feel calm or to be happy, right? So I would just say accept the chaos, and it's harder to do than you would think, but I would say accepting it has helped me a lot instead of fighting against it.
I love that. Just accepting, like, this is the chapter we're in.
Yeah.
Things are going to be unraveled, and that doesn't mean we're failing at anything. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So welcome, friend. Come and sit down.
Yes.
It's chaotic around here. It's fine.
Yeah. Chaos is another family member that's just here. I love the whispering when you want to yell. That's a great tip too. It's like you're good at this.
Oh, weird.
You're such a good mom.
You're
Weird.
so sweet.
Do we know what we're doing over here?
No.
We remind ourselves of that every week. I think it's like, oh, actually, we are actually pretty good at this.
We just try really hard.
We just do everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Well, Savannah, tell us where people can find you. If people want to reach out to you to learn more, how can they find you?
You guys, I don't have social media. I'm so sorry. But I work at a company called Reach Counseling, and you can find my profile on our website. And you can kind of read a little bit more about me, like on the professional side, what I focus on, and also through the group therapy. I also do a lot of marketing to help our community, our moms out there. So I work with doctors and doulas and midwives and different things. So if any of you are listening, find me on our website, reachcounselingutah.com, and I'm be more than happy to chat with anyone or help anyone find resources. So since I don't have my own socials, you can look for Reach Counseling on Instagram and TikTok, and find resources there, and also find me through there. You can DM them or whatever you need to do, and we will get connected.
You're also welcome to reach out to us, and we can
for sure.
direct you. For
For
sure.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wonderful. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for
Thank
spending
you.
time with us
Of course.
and sharing your expertise and your insights. I'm a big fan.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Baby, it's been wonderful just to spend time with you. But yes, you have a lot of knowledge that we want to share.
This has been so great. Thank you guys.
Good. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for showing up for yourself today.
You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, or email us at themommytherapist@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what made an impact or what you'd like to hear in a future episode.
Whether it's accepting the chaos or whispering instead of yelling, we hope something good happens today.
See you next week.
Take care.